It can be upgraded. There, missions can. What the hell does this do? Oh, attack modifier. Okay. And +1 energy as well. Cool. Mission, you have a pretty decent weapon, I guess? Anyway, let's talk to Candace.
Yeah, what do you want?
Well, you getting more war stories.
You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
What do you mean?
If a world isn't strong enough to defend itself, it's basically forfeit. But this story is about something a little different. We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake.
Why? What happened?
The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on the side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other, just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it, something inactive in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that.
An asteroid?
Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
A ship.
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else you want to know?
Can you give me some adrenal stimulants?
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There anything else you need? Hey, don't worry. A real warrior knows. There anything else? I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan.
Tell me the story.
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail.
Ah, did it work?
Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
You're a great warrior, Candace.
Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things. Is there something else you want to know?
Nope.
Your choice.
Got a lot done there.
Yeah,
Hold on.
what do you want?
No.
Your choice.
Okay, what was... I think I got more Canderous shit. Told you about the honors he won leading a unit over Althir. It seems that he was quite the warrior back then. You could probably hear more if you asked him again later. I'll do that. I want to try and get the story out of most people. Maybe I'll talk to everybody. Ah! Nothing here. Trying to remember where everyone is. Oh yeah. This is just for storage. There's nothing in here. You can store items on here if you really want to. But you never know. I'll look. Yeah. This is just for storage. Pointless for any in-game stuff. I think Bastila's... No, Bastila's up front. Nobody's here yet. Can't remember who sits here. Ah, T3. Might as well talk with him. Whoa! Can you construct a programming spike for me? Oh, you can get quite a few out of it. Oh no. You don't talk much, do you? Just chime in if you ever have any advice. Alright. No point talking to him, like, honestly. Something you want? I wonder if you can help me with the problem. Have anything to say for yourself, Salbar? He's already... You don't trust me? I feel like you understand anything about me. The ways my people are also okay. You'll have to tell me eventually. That may be... Okay. I can't talk to him yet. I got a few more things, but anyway. I can talk to Juhani for sure. Guaranteed.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before in the Grove. It was wrong of me.
That's her Jedi Knight robes. They're the same as mine, but they're unique. They're red. That the dark side consumed you isn't nothing. Damn right apologize!
I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own.
Do not worry, Juhani. I forgive you.
Thank you. It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only hope that, in our time journeying together, I will succeed.
Just gotta keep chatting with her.
How may I be of...
We can talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
How'd you become a Jedi?
How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear?
You're right, it's gonna be boring. Yes, please continue.
Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
In the slums?
The hind end of space. A pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children.
Did you meet a Jedi?
Yes. Yes, I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored.
Enamored?
They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference, as the Jedi were. The foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came. Although, perhaps I was not entirely ready for it. Or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is needed.
Let's see if we can talk to her again.
How may I be... What is it you...
Are you doing alright?
I thank you for your concern, but I am still a bit shaken.
Why? What is wrong?
I have been thinking about myself, about Quatra, and about my fall to the dark side. I keep thinking that it was my anger that drove me that far, that nearly damned me. I look inside myself now and I can still see it. I still feel it.
Perhaps you just need more time.
More time would do me good. Time to distance myself from that anger. I think that is why the Council agreed to send me with you. They think, perhaps, that in your company, I will be able to free myself from it.
Great, another mouth to feed. I cannot afford to look after you all the time, Juhani.
I do not come here begging for scraps from you. I will earn my way with you. You will see just how valuable I am. How may I be of assistance? What is it you... Of course.
She just snapped at me and then she's all like... She's so two-faced. I don't think there's a point to this room at all. Like, I don't think anyone chills in this room. So, anyway. Let's talk... Oh. Yes, I know what it is. And I'm not. I want to talk to Karth first. No one talk to Bastila and then we'll get out of here. I've been quiet lately, you know that?
Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop.
I'm not one for leaving you out of the loop, Karth. Oh, poor baby. You need some filling in on some detail?
No? Well, you certainly aren't helping matters any either. And it's really starting to irritate me.
God,
what one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it. I'm rather curious to know what went on, and why they didn't keep you on Dantooine for training. Isn't that strange?
Why don't you ask Bastila?
I'd be more than happy to, but she's as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. I'm hoping you'll be the one to enlighten me.
Why should anything the Jedi do seem strange to you?
I may not know much about the Jedi, but I do know they aren't famous for taking on old Padawans and sending them on dangerous assignments.
They said there's a bond between Bastila and myself.
A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why? That's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason.
Are you saying I'm not needed?
No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted or that I want to go. It's just... Damn it. Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again.
I am not going to betray you. I'm not Saul.
Yeah, we'll just see about that, won't we? Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
You're such a spaz.
Yes, what's in your... You got it.
And he's all normal. Let's talk to Bastila really fast. Dude, my something's bothering you.
No, not bothering me. Not exactly.
You're just checking me
I'm
out.
Thinking about what the Jedi Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us. I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question.
I think you're interested more in just the bond between us. Yeah.
Please. I'm a Jedi. Such feelings, such attractions are, well, they're beneath me, quite frankly. I admit I find you intriguing. I find your command of the Force intriguing, but my interest in you is purely academic. Surely you can understand why. Our fates are strongly connected, so connected that a literal bond has been forged between us. I saw your service records when you were training.
She's been checking me out,
but nothing beyond that. I know very little about you. I'd like to ask you some questions, given our relationship.
Our relationship, some kind of clumsy come on?
I was referring to the bond, the one the Jedi Council spoke of.
I'm just teasing
If I
you.
was actually interested in you, rest assured I could come up with a much better approach than this.
Which you are. Oh, I guess I touched a nerve there, huh?
Touched a nerve? No. Getting on my nerves? Most definitely. I suppose this is what you men consider being witty. Are you going to answer my questions, or would you rather just keep annoying me?
The second one. No, I'll say okay, I'll answer for questions.
Don't worry, these are simple questions. Nothing too intrusive. First, what kind of background do you have?
Nothing extravagant. I'm a soldier. I'm a Hutt in human form, plotting to overthrow the Republic. Nothing extravagant, soldier.
On which planet were you born?
Doralia. Can't you tell? Doralia, it's in the remote system. Why?
Excellent. Your current age is?
Healthy living, you know. Wasn't all this in my service records?
Yes. Well, the truth is, I was studying how you responded to my
It
questions.
doesn't say how old he is.
Your reactions helped me judge you. This was a test for me to learn more about your character.
And what'd you find out?
You were honest, which is good. And you treated this as a serious matter, which it is. This bond we share will shape both our destinies. It is not to be taken lightly. But I
Alright.
imagine you've had enough questions for a while. So many things have happened to you since Taurus. It's probably a lot for you to absorb. We can speak again later, after you've had time to think about all this.
Alrighty. Let's see if I can talk to her one more time. Nope. You something you want to ask me?
I do. How did you know?
Well, your face is all scrunched up like a Kinderhoth pup. See anything you like? Well, you just keep staring at me. I'm gonna ask you that.
You are easily the vainest, most arrogant man I have ever met. Besides, I know you can't be serious, since I was purposefully not staring in your direction. I am a Jedi, remember? I have far too much mental discipline to reveal what goes on inside my mind with such obvious physical clues. My thoughts remain hidden, including whatever my feelings are for you.
Whoa!
I mean, whatever I feel...
Oh!
I think about you.
You're so cute when you're embarrassed.
That is you. Why must you be so impossibly infuriating? You know very well what I am really talking about. I am referring to the bond between us, the one the Jedi Council spoke of. Our connection.
Just get her all riled up, dude. She totally likes me.
We can feel some of what the other feels, and what I feel within you troubles me. A Padawan must receive considerable training. They must learn to control their emotions and darker impulses. Often it takes years before using the Force can be considered safe. The fact that you are so strong in the Force and have had such relatively little training could have terrible consequences. For you, and for everyone around you.
Look at this. You can warn me when I do something bad. Blink once for dark side, twice for light. That's hilarious. What do you think I should do?
I don't think there's much you can do. If things were different, I would recommend several years
Once
of
for
training
dark,
under one
twice
of the
for
Jedi
light.
Masters. But I fear that won't be possible. Thankfully, you've exhibited a degree of compassion and self-control up to this point. I sincerely hope you can maintain these traits in the future. We
Definitely.
must all resist the influence of the dark side. It's everything we are fighting against. This is doubly important for you, with your natural affinity for the Force.
I will try.
That's good to hear. Without the proper training, however, I'm afraid you will find the path difficult even with the best of intentions. There's great danger ahead for both of us. Our destinies are intertwined. Everything one of us does will have consequences for the other. Any reckless behavior on your part is likely to affect me as well.
I won't do anything to hurt you.
I believe you truly mean what you say, for now. But sometimes it is not so easy to keep such promises.
Oh, it is
Your
when you're
power
not
can be a
even,
gift or a
you know,
curse.
you're a
When you
neutral
need
party
guidance
controlling
or
this
advice
character.
or support, I will do my best to help you stay on the path of the light.
Appreciate any help you could offer.
I only hope I have the wisdom to help you through the dark times. But for now, we should return to our mission.
Alright, is that
How
enough?
can I help?
Never
When I
mind.
suggest we...
Okay, now let's save, and we shall. You guys having fun listening to? That was the funniest conversation with her. I honestly, as a kid, I would skip through a lot of stuff, so I don't remember that. So I'm gonna save. That was hilarious. Okay, and we will pick it up. Go to probably Tatooine next.